Okay, Darren Priest with BestAutoDetailingTips.com. Welcome to my world. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm the owner-operator of Auto Fetish Detail, and I thought I would introduce you to my world. We are in my garage where I run my professional mobile detailing business from. I also have an office up in the house. I will perhaps show you that another time. And I don't know if you're like myself, but I have certain people that I follow online, their blogs, their websites, whatever. Now I have a very inquisitive mind, and I always wanted to know what's going on behind the scenes. And rarely do the people take you behind the scenes. And I don't know why I'm so curious that way, but I am. And I want to go behind the scenes. It's like, okay, they've shown me how to do things. They've given me some useful information, but how does it actually play out in their world? Because, you know, there's that saying, there's that cliche that says, those that can do, those that can't teach. Well, here I am trying to teach you things. Well, guess what? I do both. I do and I teach. First I did, and I continue to do, and now I'm also teaching along the way. So that's the good news for you. Because I literally make a living doing professional auto detailing. I have carved out a nice little niche for myself here in Southern California where my customer base tends to be between the age of 40 and 70. They're not the younger crowd that are impulsive and don't know how to manage their money very well. And one moment they're hot and bothered to get their car detailed, and then the next moment they're canceling on me on the phone. That's not my world. I'm for the person that knows how to shop value. Now, shopping price is different than shopping value. Shopping price is easy. You just take a number and you make a comparison and you say, oh, this is cheaper, so I pick you. That's not me, and that's not my customer. I cater to a clientele that knows how to shop value, which is they want the whole package. They want someone that's going to return phone calls. They want someone that's going to show up on time. They want someone that's going to respect their time. They want someone that's going to treat their cars better than they treat them themselves. They want someone that can produce results. So they want the full package. I'm not the guy that's going to show up, make a mess of their yard. I am mobile, so I go to their location, whether it's their home or office. Honestly, nowadays, I tend to just show up at their homes. It's very personal. It's very convenient for them. They can be at home. Honestly, most of my clientele are business owners or they're retired. They've got a pretty healthy, disposable income. So they've got time on their hands. Let's just say that. So I show up at their house, and I'm going to respect their time and their property. I'm going to respect their neighbors. So once again, it's the whole package. So I literally make a living doing this. And like I said, I've carved out a nice little niche for myself. I keep it very simple, and that's the approach that I take and that I'm trying to teach you is how do we keep it simple? I'm not the traditional, like here in Southern California, this industry, mobile detailing, has been saturated with the, let's see, what's that politically correct term? Undocumented laborers, okay? You can call it what you want, illegal aliens, whatever. That's just the nature of the beast here in Southern California, okay? Because anyone with a wash bucket, I call them pet boy detailers, okay? You can call it whatever you want, but they think, oh, I can wash a car, I can put some wax on a car, shoot, I can be a detailer and make some money. Well, guess what? There's thousands of those guys here in Southern California. You can see them in almost any parking lot washing cars on a weekly basis. That's not me. It used to be me 20 years ago when I first started, and I needed to keep the income coming in, and so I would take anything. And that whole washing cars on a weekly basis, that's just grunt work. Now you'll have to forgive the background noise. Like I said, I am actually in my garage, and this is where I run my business from. So behind me, you can see a whole slew of products. So because I am a professional detailer, I do lots of cars and I go through lots of products. So the products I recommend are not only the actual products that I use, and I'm not a company spokesperson. For excuse me. For example, I recommend a lot of Meguiar's products. It's not because they pay me to recommend their products. I'm not married to Meguiar's. It's just that their products are relatively inexpensive, meaning you get good value because they can deliver good results, and not just good results, but professional results. So I'm not committed to any one product line. And I know that in order to really have the best tool for the job, you've got to kind of pick and choose. So I've got a whole slew of products. So over here to my right on this shelf are all these miscellaneous, most of them are retail products. Some of them are what's called professional, like this DA microfiber correction system from Meguiar's that I'm going to be demoing at some point. I've got Meguiar's cleaner wax for the marine industry. I've got some turtle wax. I've got some Eagle One. I've got some Lexol. I demo all these things and I test them out because I'm always trying to find the winning combination, that perfect, like silver bullet, as the saying goes. You know, that's going to get the kill shot. So I'm constantly researching and looking for the best product. And the winning combination for me as a professional is the achieving maximum results with minimum effort. So that's what I'm always in search of, is how do I do that? So that's about shopping value. You know, because you've got to consider how much does it cost, how user friendly is it, what kind of results will it produce. So that's about shopping value. So just like my customers shop value with me, I shop value when I pick products. And that's the good news for you, because I'm going to weed through all the chaff out there, and I'm going to show you what actually works. It's not the only thing that works, but it's what I use professionally, because the products that I recommend, I actually use professionally. Now, I will review products that I don't personally use professionally, but I tell you that. And I'm just reviewing them to show you the kind of results that you can get, and maybe you will decide for yourself that you indeed want to use that product, but I personally and professionally have chosen to use something else. So anyhow, back to behind the scenes that my inquisitive mind always likes to know. So I'm taking you behind the scenes to show you my business operation for mobile detailing. Now this is where I house or store my products. Now I will show you my van in a moment, because I am mobile, so I have to be mobile. Here you'll notice the gallon sizes of different products. You will notice all the various microfiber towels. Each towel, each cloth is color coded and represents just part of the process, because I approach it, let's go with McDonald's. McDonald's is down to a systematic approach. In other words, how do you make a regular hamburger? Well, you cook the meat patty on one side for 30 seconds, you flip it over for 30 seconds, you put 1 squirt of ketchup, 1 squirt of mustard, 2 pickles, a bun, done. You don't have to think about it. It's a systematic approach. So I apply the same thing with mine, because over the years I've had to train so many guys to work for me. So I've created a system. So you don't have to overthink it. You just know what works. Now I'm constantly tweaking it, because I find new products, or the industry has developed additional products or improved products. So I'm constantly tweaking it, but it's always based on a very systematic approach. So each one of these towels or cloths represent a part of the process. So for example, my microfibers, they go in 1, 2, and 3. 3 being the dirty work, for lack of a better word. So 1 is brand new, virgin, never been touched. I only use it on the best, most pristine cars, and the most pristine part of the equation, which is the paint. Black paint, for example. So they start out as brand new, virgin, never been touched. Then they graduate downward, because now they've been soiled and washed, and once you wash microfibers, they start to degrade. So Now they go into the normal cars, the maintenance detailing, the light colored cars, that type of thing. That's where your results or the ability to discern your results are less critical. Then they graduate even further down, and all these claws are for interior shampooing and cleaning only. These have been washed over and over and over again. They start degrading further and further and further, and then past this point they just get tossed into the circular file, as it's called, the trash can. These are for windows. These are for final wipe down. So everything serves a purpose. These are my traditional terry cloth towels. These are reserved for the dirty work. Here's my various brushes, whether it's a wheel well brush, it's brand new, has never been used yet, it's waiting to be christened in the real world. I've got my drawer full of sprayers. I've got my various scrub pads, additional scrub brushes. Here's a collection of different scrub pads that I use on the interior of cars. You'll hear me talk about, for example, Scotch Brite. These are the non-abrasive pads. And I like, as you can tell, I like organization. It makes sense, right? Because it's all about the details. Let's see here. I've got my Mr. Clean Magic erasers. I love these. It's like the 8th wonder of the world. I think I've done a whole separate video just on this product or tool alone, because it's such a useful tool in the detailing process in so many ways. I've got my gallon sizes, my super degreaser. I've got my glass cleaner. What else do I got down here? I've got my hyper dressing, water-based dressing. That's a whole nother separate video. Point is these are the products that I actually use professionally. The very products that you can get and use yourself. But if you like doing endless research on the internet, well, more power to you. Spend 2 days, walk away being more frustrated and confused than ever before. That's your prerogative. I'm just trying to simplify it for you. I have over here my interior detailing kit. It's got a variety of detailing brushes. Once again, just like my microfibers, each one serves a purpose. This one always stays dry. This one gets wet. This is actually a makeup brush that's even more delicate and sensitive than these traditional detailing brushes. Why? Because these brushes will actually scratch some of the instrument clusters on high-end cars, or like that very expensive veneer wood, that veneer exotic wood they'll use in like Bentleys or Rolls Royces or whatever. So I use a makeup brush that is traditionally used for women's makeup. I use that instead of one of these brushes. Point is these are all my various tools, from toothbrushes to heavier duty scrub brushes. I've got my razor here for the occasional carpet fiber that needs to be clipped. So that's my little handy dandy carry in to the car interior detailing kit. Now let me show you my van. So we'll zoom in. Let's walk over here. This is my original owner 1998 Astro van. I've got it tricked out. Some of you may call it kind of ghetto. You can call it what you want. I just happen to call it my way of making a living, and I love it. And I've always been a fan of the Astro vans. But what I want to show you, let's take a peek inside. So let's put this right here. This is literally what I pull up to my customers' place of business or their home, and I detail their car out of. Now you'll notice I got my convenient little towel racks here, and once again my different towels represent different tasks. They're color coded, systematic approach. I've got my drawers here, I've got my gloves to protect my hands, protect materials. I've got different wax pads, all kinds of little tools. My clay bars are up here. My tire sponge for applying dressing is here. My reader glasses, one of my little tricks is if I want to magnify something, I simply put these on and I can magnify it and see and really go for a new level of clean. Got all my sprayers full of all my different chemicals that, if you'll notice, can be contained right here. This is my, from my fabric guard to my dressings. I've got my spray waxes back here. Got my nozzle here. I've got my drawers with all my different towels in them. Once again, all a systematic approach so I don't have to overthink things and I can simplify it. I've got my vacuum cleaner, all my polishers. I've got like 4 different polishers or buffers that I carry with me. All my polishing pads, I've got my extension cords. Everything is self-contained in here, and this is literally what I detail out of, and it's how I make a living. So once again, as that saying goes, those that can't teach, those that can do. Well, guess what? I've been doing for over 25 years, and that's not me bragging. That's just me saying, why the hell would you want to listen to Darren? Well, I'll tell you why, because I've had to live it, and I continue to live it. That's why. Doesn't mean you have to listen to me. Doesn't mean I know all the answers, but I know a fair amount of answers. Anyhow, I just want to take you behind the scenes and show you my world. And there you go. Until next time, we will see you on the other side.